There he was. Gosh dang, that's a big fish. Wow. Wow, that's a big one. Look at this, guys. Woo. Well, good morning, guys. I am back out at the Hatchie National Wildlife Refuge. And as you can see, it's beautiful, but it is hot. Let me tell you, it was 80 degrees when I pulled up in the dark. And I've been fishing for a good half an hour waiting on it to get light, and I had a single bite, which technically never touched my lure, but something blew up at it as I was pulling it out of the water. And I've just been switching baits, trying to find something that they'll bite. But I'm in a new pond. I have no idea what the name of this one is. I'm gonna fish it for another hour or so. If I don't get a bite, there's another one that I passed on the way. I'm gonna take the boat out and go drop in that one and see if I can't find one of these lakes out here that's got some bass in it. Come with me, let's see how this goes. Ooh, there he was. Look at that. As soon as this thing hit, it was right up next to the bank. I mean, it hit the water and he was on. I didn't even get to reel it. Little bass, but he was right against the bank. Ooh, man, I thought that was another one. It's not, that was a stick. Ooh, man, there he was, right on the bank. Nice fish, too. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice fish. Dang, let's see if I can boat flip him. Woo! Wow, that is a pig. Dang. That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm not getting close enough to the bank. Alright, guys, this fish is a tank, but he looks sickly, like his head's too big for the body. But, I mean, look at that mouth. I can almost put my fist in there. That's a big dude. He came off right against the bank. He was in that root pile right there, this pile of limbs that's fallen off. And I haven't been throwing close enough to the bank. This one and that one that just got off was right against the bank. Nice fish. It's on that same white booyah. Alright, so that looks like a very similar spot where that last one was. There it was, look at that. I called it, but it's some dinky little fish. But the pattern looked like on these big logs and this tree piles, it's real close to the bank. But this bass actually bit way out here, but he may have followed it. There it was, got him. I struggled to get back in there. That's a good fish. On that white booyah. It's not a big fish. I was casting in there like 3 times. I kept hanging those low hanging limbs, and the first time I threw in there, this bass tried to get it off the top. Luckily enough, he was still hungry. I think there's fish up in here, but there's no way to fish up in that brush. It's just, all you can do is get to the edge. There's no way to cast up in there. It's just like a wall. I know there's fish in it though. Best I can do is throw down the face of it and see if there's something that'll come out from the edge. Ooh, I heard him. Ooh, I got him right there too, look. I heard one jump behind me. This is a good fish too. Well, 1.5 pounds, close to 2 pounds. I was over here, I was throwing that way, but I heard a fish blow up in that brush. The bass are up in there, and there's no way, I can't throw past this wall. That's nuts. That's a good fish. But I know they're up in this brush. I can see them chasing the minnows, chasing some kind of little bait fish down the edge. And since I can't throw in it, the only thing I can do is just throw down the face. We'll try it again. Oh, there he is. I got another one. That's 2 throwing down the face. Well, good. They're not all way up in there. This one's not quite as big, but still a nice fish. Look at that. Let's do that again. There he is, got him. Man, dang. I threw in there like 4 or 5 times before that fish bit. That was a good sized fish too. He wasn't a giant, but he was better than a lot of those other ones I caught today. All right, so the fish are hammering this white spinnerbait, the same kind of profile as the last couple times I was out here fishing these other lakes. All these lakes kind of seem to be on the same pattern. This white bladed bait just seems to work really well. In this lake in particular, I'll put the name on the screen because I didn't catch what it was. The Google Maps said that it was called Horseshoe Lake, but there was like several of them called Horseshoe Lake. But these fish in this one in particular are way up in this brush, and if you can't get way up in there, you almost can't catch them. I'm catching them right on the edge, and anytime I can throw up to the bank. But I think that's, I threw a chartreuse spinnerbait, I threw a whopper plopper, I threw a wake bait, I threw, I had that one fish that I hung right at the boat ramp on a rattle trap. I've thrown all kinds of baits. This is the only bait that these fish will bite. And I'm hanging some pretty good sized fish, some decent fish. And they're all way up in this brush. This lake has a huge number of bait fish in here. Little bitty, I don't know what they are. But they're little bitty, like minnows jumping out everywhere. There's tons of them. And these fish are just way up in this brush. So I'm going to go up in here and see how close I can get to the bank, see if I can't pull out a few more. But if you come here, man, just know that you got to get all the way up in there. There he was. Look at that. Dang. I wasn't even paying attention. He came out of that brush right there. Let me see if I can't do that again, but this way. Dang. There's a bunch of smaller fish in this end down here that aren't quite big enough to get it. All right, I'm gonna go down the face of this like this. This seems to be a really good pattern just to pull them out of the edge. There he is. Look, do you see him? They're not big enough. That's like the 3rd little bass in a row. All right, let's do this again. I'm hanging them, but just most of them are smaller. There he was. Gosh dang, that's a big fish. Wow. Wow, that's a big one. Look at this, guys. Woo. Dang. Son of a gun. Well, it's only about a 3.5 pounder, but man, the way he ran out of there was just amazing. He hammered that spinnerbait. I'm telling you guys, you got to get all the way up in the brush. You saw how that cast was. Like, I went across the face a couple times, had a couple small ones, and I threw it up in that, right up in that cut right there, and he came out and got it and smashed it. That's a healthy fish. Big gut full of fish. Let's do that again. Guys, don't forget your scent. I always like to use scent, especially if I'm using a swim bait on the back as a trailer. At the end of the day, it can't hurt, right? It can only help and increase your odds. All right, it is 7:44 on July 1st. And I have been fishing for 2.5 hours, and the only place I really caught any numbers of fish was all the way in the back end of this lake, all the way in the end. Most of the fish came out of about an 80-yard stretch, so I'm gonna go back in and fish that 80-yard stretch again, like twice, and I guarantee you I'll pull out at least one more fish throwing the same bait. But I don't think there's fish in the rest of the lake, not concentrated. But I'm gonna go back down here and throw the same bait on the same bank again, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna pull out more fish. But all the fish are down here. There are no fish on that side. For whatever reason, I'm getting 0 bites over there. Most of the fish came from an 80-yard stretch down here, and I'm fixing to go right back to this 80-yard stretch and fish it 2 more times. I'm gonna fish it once more with the spinnerbait that was catching them the first time, and then I'm gonna switch baits and throw in there with like a worm or a creature bait and fish it again. Pending it's not right dead in the sun, which is starting to look like it is. There he is, got him. Ooh, good fish too. Ooh, he's getting me in the brush. Wow, sorry I got my hands right in the way. Good fish. Look at that. I told you I can come back down here on the same stretch and pull out more. That's another one about 2.5 pounds. Nice thick fish. Sweet. See how close I can run it to this brush over here. There it was, got him. Oh man, and I was around a limb. There he goes. I was able to pull one more out right here and one more over there, so that's 2. He messed up my swim bait tail. I have to see if I can hunt down another one. Little guy right there. I'm telling you, all the fish were in this end. I came back down here and I caught 2 in 10 minutes. Got him. Oh man, he got around the log. Dang, he's a good one too, and I got him hung. Dang, I can't get him off. Look at him, he's a good one too. Oh. I can't. There he goes. At the boat ramp. At the boat ramp. And I lost my creature bait. That's another one about 2 pounds. 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Feels heavy. But I caught it on a June bug color creature bait. I was actually coming in to leave because it was so hot, and I threw up here. It was a little bit shaded down this little side right here. And he drilled it. So, well, if I got all the way back over here and hit this shade and caught 1, I might as well try again. Maybe I get 2. It might just be that I found the shady spot. There he is, got him. Look at that. Are you kidding me? I just threw that big one back right here. It's a little dinky one. I'm still at the boat ramp. All right guys, the horseflies are some kind of bad, but I was at Cutoff Lake today out here in the Hatchie National Wildlife Refuge. I have verified that this lake does have really good bass fishing, so if you're gonna come out here and you're trying to check out one of these lakes, I would suggest trying this one if you're bass fishing. I did see a lot of gar. I did not try to bluegill fish or crappie fish, but it does have some really nice bass in it. So I'm fixing to get out of this heat. It's gonna be near 100 today. You guys stay cool, stay safe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one.